And we are back for our last part.
Second part.
Allies of Justice.
Damn it.
A good amount of time passes by as Adze. Eventually you're woken up with the uncomfortable feeling of laying on the floor in this cabin with no real structure on your back. Looking up and finding yourself underneath the container where technically Kronk's sword was placed for safekeeping. As you hit your head against it while waking up.
Ah, shit.
And as you get up and look down at it, you look down at the prize that you guys were given after saving Tony. And remembering back as Kronk spoke highly of returning it back to Crag Glory. Which brings everything back to reality. Which is pretty thankful, leaving whatever that was that you dreamt last night. Though, putting that aside, you move outside of the house. In the distance, you can see what looks like Gub Gub working with Bear to continue on with the door. Seems a little less Gordon Gubsy and more sullen while working with Bear. And to be honest, aside from last night's questions, Bear visibly doesn't seem too taken aback about everything.
I head over to them.
You do notice that everyone else seems to not be in sight other than Crystal, who just looks up to you for a moment and then goes to look back at the pond while leaning on the wooden bridge across it.
I'm gonna check on Gub Gub with Bear because I'm concerned about that right now. Hey, Gub Gub, what you working on?
Finishing the door.
Right. You need any help from me? I mean, I'm not a cripple anymore.
No, we're good.
Okay, you good with Bear? I'm looking to Bear and back to him.
For now. Gub Gub tell you if need help.
Alright, well, I'm here if you need me. Okay, back off, head over to Crystal.
She seems to be just looking into the water.
Hey, Crystal, good morning.
Her hand currently twirling the thorn crown in her hands while looking down at it. She doesn't really say anything to you, but just does a head acknowledgement.
Looks so Thorn Crown looks to her. Listen, I feel like I'm probably the person who should hate themselves more out of the entire group, so maybe I should hold on to that from now on.
No, it's fine. This isn't a symbol of hate. It's a symbol of a friend.
So proud. Okay, but it's hurting you. I can see your blood coming from your head all the time. You can wear it some other way that doesn't hurt you.
I'd say just stop, okay?
Right. Fine.
Just Just stop. She trails off, looking back into the pool.
Where are the others right now?
Whatever that person you brought with earlier. Outside of the cave. Haven't come back yet.
What?
You gave us to a mass murderer. Joke's on you. Comes back, he's covered
They haven't
in
come
the flesh
back?
of his enemies. Still wearing our skins.
Where did they go?
I tried to look for them, but I couldn't find them.
Shit. I'm gonna run back in the cave looking for my bow.
Feels so good to be able to run again, doesn't
Only
it?
got like 9 uses left on it. Haven't prepared it yet, but whatever. Got no time for that. Going out, looking up. If I don't come back, get tied, I start running into the forest.
Like, you move so quickly, she doesn't really have a chance to say or have anything else, hindsight-wise, as you run into the forest.
Hey! Guys, where are you?
Make a search check.
I'm not gonna make it.
Yo, that's DC 25.
You have no clue where to start, or end, or pick up. You have no clue where they are.
Damn it! We need to do background checks on these people before we let them in here. Damn it! Shit. Okay, alright.
I could do something really funny, but kind of bad at the same time right now. And it would be great. Do I do it for the lulz, or do I not?
So, on the inside of the oasis, as Adze is just like frantically looking around, calling for you guys and cursing to himself, you watch as the scene like moves by, him like stopping in front of like trees and just like looks left and right, grits his teeth, and then just runs in a random direction as the camera stays there. As we watch as no, the camera. This is the scene.
This is why I was asking.
Yeah, shut up. As the camera stays there. And looking towards the forest, it begins to wave, similar to that, like, vines, as the camera moves through. And immediately is met with the joyful morning song and thrums of a harp being played, and a voice resonating in the oasis at every angle, but not piercing through the somewhat magical barrier. As Naomi, describe what you're doing.
Just strumming my harp and enjoying this serene little oasis thing. Just singing a pretty soft song.
I have the best thing ever to do.
As that would be enough to wake Akko as he stretches and moves out of his cabin that was made for him. Looking down, he seems to have recognition of the day that passed by, and he rolls his eyes in dissatisfaction, but hefts himself up and moves on for the continuation of the day as the camera continues to move on as it moves to Connor's cabin.
Connor awakens, rousing himself up with a crick of his neck and yawning, his voice sounding hoarse and a bit sore, especially considering the activities of yesterday. And as he rises, just takes a moment to paw on his face and wipe the sleep out of his eyes, which are sunken in and darker than normal. and looks around, brushing his hair. There's a small blackened vein along his forehead. And just stands up and rises and just gets ready for the day. We have no idea that Adzeg's outside running around like a maniac, do we?
Not a clue.
God damn it. I have the perfect thing. The perfect thing. It would have been goddamn hilarious. I'm so sad.
As it continues moving on, Yaji, you're already up and looking towards a corner of your glade as you felt someone trying to enter into it but being repelled. Someone or something. As this serene music is just being played through the sound of a harp and a woman singing, carrying along and bouncing off of the magical walls that your oasis seems to give.
I would make sure to have my weapon ready as I go out to where I felt the force try to come in.
Which I'd say, you hear the sounds of like bushes rustling. And then standing there is the tall, imposing figure of Yaji, bow leveled to the side, just looking at you from the forest line.
Where are they?
Where's who?
My friends.
In my home.
Your home? Where? Where's your home?
As I give a motion of my arm to follow as I go back into the forest.
As he walks in, he seems to move through like a mirage, his visage like vanishing, and you look, it seems like you're looking directly into like another part of the forest, which makes no sense because he seemed to like vanish.
I cautiously step up there, wave my hand over to where you was.
And as you do, you wave your hand against what feels like vines as you hook a good grip to it and pull backwards like a curtain. And much to the same description that you heard before, you see everything in front of you. And you now hear Naomi singing as if it makes no sense why you couldn't hear it before.
Oh, this is where you all were. Okay. Just puts his hands on his knees. Okay, thank goodness.
On one knee and one spiny joint.
As he looks back up, how's everyone doing this fine morning? Good?
Naomi would be startled by your voice and just kind of tumble over.
Oh, Naomi, are you okay? He goes over to help you up.
She holds her harp in front of her.
Shoulders just sink. I'm sorry if I startled you. Connor, you okay?
Connor looks over to you, his eyes sunken in, and just is fine.
Good.
Looks paler than normal.
You okay? You look.
Connor
Hale,
says,
you
I
sick?
feel well rested.
Okay.
It's goddamn dark, man.
Akko, you feeling good? Muscles not aching or anything like that after taking those guys?
Probably could have felt a lot worse. Well, not feeling half bad right now.
Alright, cool. Well, everything's in order. Clearly. Is Naomi still on the floor?
No, she scrambles to her feet.
Okay, well, back south from where he came from. I'll talk to you guys back at the Gub Hole. I assume that's where Tide would fetch us if the funeral procession is underway. I'll just be there.
Connor will look at you and he says, "Why would Tide fetch us? We dropped the body. Shouldn't we be there for?"
Well, we don't know exactly where it is. I told him to tell us when the funeral was gonna happen, since we missed Yoshua's. You don't know, right? Yeah, you do. True.
Yeah.
Yes, the Montewalan boy.
Yeah. Speaking of which, before I go, I never asked this. Felt it was kind of morbid at the time. But considering recent events, we should probably tell each other at some point how we'd like to be buried.
Connor says, "I've already taken care of that."
Oh, okay. I'll leave you to think about that.
No, Connor looks at you. You misunderstand. My preparations are already underway.
What do you mean they're already underway?
Just do not worry about it, I'd say.
Alright, well, just talk to you all later back at the Gub Hole. He attempts to at least leave, if he can find the exit.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping you from leaving.
Yeah.
As you grab hold to the vines and move out, you turn around and it looks like you're looking through a not as dense forest. Basically, you look back and it doesn't make sense because nothing that you saw is visible as you look in that direction.
Fucking magic. As I walk back to Gub Hole.
But yeah, Zay at this point will say, we should all head back. The place won't last long.
Okay.
Connor will grab his things, grab the bottle, and say, "I have no more need of this. Anyone else?" And just put it in his backpack once no one takes it.
You doing all right there? Akko said, looking to Connor.
Connor looks over. "Yes. Are you all right, Akko?"
Not used to sleeping on something that fucking soft, but yeah, I guess so.
Connor gives a dark chuckle. "I understand." Then gulps largely. You can probably see bruises along his throat from where he's been choked.
First, I thought this was another ability.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I totally don't have a new dark ability that's super awesome and amazing that I want to use right now.
It's called the self-choking ability.
Yeah, it's called auto-erotic
auto
asphyxiation.
Auto asphyxiation. God
It's
damn.
perfect for those lonely nights. God, no, that's terrible. I do have a new dark ability. It's pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
Zay will speak up.
I'm
Why
so
is
excited.
everybody so glum about the death? It is a chance for new life.
What do you mean by that?
Connor says, "This is the cycle of life, death, rebirth."
As man says, rebirth.
Do you think that's what happens when you die?
It is what I know. I have been blessed by him to make sure that all things will pass as such.
Well, I hope that's true.
But just to help, because I believe I know what ability you got, looking towards Connor, what looks like bruises around his neck also seems to be flaring up with what could almost be perceived as smoke leaving through cracks that seem to have come to his neck.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure that's like a second prestige ability that I shouldn't have yet.
What the hell are you
I
two
didn't
talking
realize
about?
Merc had a prestige.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
3 prestiges, but
I don't
like
even know
that,
what the fuck they're talking about. They're talking about some extra shit right now.
that's probably not what you think, Ash. I thought so too, but I think it's actually just the bruises on this thing.
I told you to get
Just tell him what ability you
I
have.
already told him what ability I have.
Okay. Like if you have Led by the Dark, that's after first prestige. I don't think you would have.
No.
Or maybe you do.
Retcon, that didn't happen. I
Yeah.
thought you were trying to say that you had something else.
Yeah, I thought so too when you talked about his neck. I'm like, wait a minute.
The one I
No, he
whispered
just
you
got
about, Ash.
super choked out the previous day.
Yeah. It's the one I messaged you about, Ash. I'm so eager to try it. I just want to try.
So, do you guys take Yaji's warning?
Sorry, I didn't get a
Warning?
Yeah.
I don't remember a
We'll
warning. I
leave.
was distracted by the ad.
A warning that this place will not last long.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Naomi will gather her stuff and head out. Cautiously.
As you all leave, you're met with the somber sounds of hammering and grunting from the duo of Bear and Gub Gub, continuing on with the door. And as all of you start to pass by it, you stop and watch as Adze is just on his knees, mouth agape, and what looks like tears being fought back. As you turn to look to what he's looking at, and on the one wooden door, half of it has a door handle that seems to be one side of Kronk's face carved into it.
Oh, so sad. Connor stares at it. His eyes watery but not weeping. And he looks over at Adze and he says, "Stand up."
As he just blinks and then looks over at you. I need to fix my bow up as I head inside. Looking for my repair kit since I have that, and I need to figure out how to use it.
And then Yazzie will say, I'll be back. Going to get food.
I'll be back. Come with
I'll
me if you
be
want to
back.
live.
God damn it. So, Ash.
Hmm?
So, how do I use this repair kit? I have craft weapon with me.
You need materials.
I need materials. Okay. Can I find the materials necessary to repair this iron recurve bow in here?
You have wood.
I have wood.
You need the bowstring, or sinew to make your own bowstring.
I actually know how
Okay.
to do that, like in real life.
I don't think I have knowledge of. Oh, no, I do not. So,
Not like commercial or
do I know what to use to get the string and stuff?
With a high enough knowledge weapon, yes.
Yeah, let's take a crack at it. That's a 4.
Connor would like to roll a knowledge weapon to help out.
You see him
Since he said he needed to repair.
looking at his bow and his repair kit, like one in each hand, and like starts to like bash them together, trying to figure.
Connor will say, "That is not correct."
How do I do this?
Is 15 enough?
That would be a 10.
Is that 10? I have
Oh,
4.
you-
I have 4.
It doesn't have so in that macro.
Okay, so you have. Well, no, 11. He's 11.
Yeah.
No, he has no ranks in it.
Do I have to change the macros instead of just putting them into like their appropriate slots?
No, they
When I-
should.
No,
the
if you
appropriate
put the
slot,
appropriate slot, it will do it for the macro.
make sure
Unless
do it
you
in the first
just
corner.
did it. Because if you just did it, it doesn't immediately
Yeah, I was
change.
doing it when I was editing skills earlier when we leveled up.
Yeah, when you
Yes.
edit things in there, you have to click off of it for it to register on the character sheet. Because if it was the last thing you changed, then it won't register it immediately after you roll. You have to like click off into another
That was
cell.
the last thing I changed though. Might have been. So what is that? 9 plus 3 is 4 is 13. Is 13 good enough?
Let's see. That's your knowledge weapon, and a knowledge weapon. You have 4 ranks, so that would just be a +4 on top of that. Remember, you get the +5 because you don't have ranks and what you rolled so far. So that would be a 19. A 19 would be more than enough to know how to properly fix an iron recurve bow, which would be proper wood, and in this case, sinew or
But he's
bowstring.
trying to, ghetto it. So I know how to ghetto it.
What do you mean ghetto? I'm just trying to repair it.
Yeah.
I know, but we don't have proper materials and stuff. So
Well,
it's
yeah.
just duct tape it.
That you can't fix it without materials.
You need
Exactly,
materials.
that's what he's saying.
Okay. Well, you are screwed, Adze, Ghana says, and then turns around.
What are you talking about?
You need proper materials.
Okay, thank you. That's a little bit more concise. Instead of just saying I'm screwed, I wouldn't have no idea what you're talking about.
Kind of
Just
look at
kinda
him. Do you
foreboding.
have proper materials?
I guess I don't.
You are screwed.
Do you know what the proper materials are?
I will tell him the proper materials.
Thank you. Gonna have to worry about going into town now because of this. I hit my mantis leg. Well, hope we don't run into any more trouble between now and me going shopping. I don't know how much those materials are gonna cost. Damn it. Did you get anything for the body? As I asks Connor.
The body, no, has yet to be identified.
Okay. Alright.
We did get a bit of information about it, though.
I will
Like,
just nod.
what?
Apparently, it belongs to the Black Hawk Company. Is that what you said?
Nods. Yes. But I already knew this, and I told you before.
News to me. At
No
the
one
time.
listens.
Okay. So Black Hawks had some suspicions, but okay. So are they like a mercenary group? An evil gang like Gank Brothers?
Wouldn't you know more than like anyone else here?
No,
I wouldn't.
No.
this has never been encountered. The only thing they know about it was because of the encounter with Skull Crusher. They didn't get any
Yeah.
information.
Okay. So, all right. Connell said, the Black Hawk Company is a large corporate business that owns land in this part of the world. They deal primarily in trade between the Empire and these lands.
Great. Now we're going up against corrupt corporations. That's lovely. Just a ragtag batch of heroes.
You're a corporation too.
Kronk says in the back of my head. Yeah, I guess I am. We are.
Gub Gub suddenly drops the handle he's working on. Because he swore it spoke to him.
Okay, that's interesting information. Well, that's problematic. If they get wind that we killed one of their own and they're powerful people, they might just start sending hired assassins after us. This is gonna be a truck load of trouble. Whatever a truck is.
It's around this
Okay.
time you're interrupted by Yaji as he calls out to you. It's like, I think there's something you need to see.
Get up. I going to try my hand at disguise with this poncho over my leg. See how well it goes.
You don't even get the chance to that's pretty good. It's like as you start to disguise your leg with the poncho, you like stop halfway as you see Yaji carrying a scarred, bloodied, and at the moment unconscious Thomas.
Shit! Curious! As I run over. Thomas! You okay, man?
He seems to be unresponsive, just being held up purely by Yaji.
Thomas.
Crystal! Start calling out. I have a little bit of medical
Crystal just
background.
moves and kind of just shoves you in the way. Out of the way, not in the way.
Well, if I did find this, I would have tried to stabilize him.
Yeah, give it a try.
Mhm.
I mean, I do stabilize myself, but I don't want to. I was gonna wait for the healer, but you wouldn't know, so. 16. Could have failed that.
I could have, but it's a slim chance.
Yeah.
He's got 2 health.
He still doesn't seem to come to consciousness. Though you do what you can, trying to patch up the bleeding. And Crystal comes in, assessing the situation. Did you have a chance to do anything yet?
Yes. Tried to cover wounds as best I can.
Just lay him down.
He'll try to lay him down somewhere on an empty clearing as gently as he could.
Can I roll stabilize to see how bad he is? How badly hurt he is?
If you'd like.
Okay.
He seems to be patched up almost as best as anyone can do, though he just still seems to be unconscious. And you look towards him now. You take pause. A lot of the blood that seems to be covering him doesn't seem to be coming from any of his wounds.
Yeah, that makes sense. Does he have a choker on?
No.
Okay. At least there's that.
As Crystal hovers over him, she attempts to do whatever she can because she can stabilize him one more time.
Hmm.
It's a 2d6 plus her level.
Here, I'm gonna stabilize you. Yay! He turns to Kermit the Frog. Yay!
From no clock? Wait, what?
I did 7 times better than the other guy.
Yay!
As Thomas leans forward and begins to regurgitate what looks like tar after Crystal did pressure against his stomach, realigning like something that was snapped in out of place. As he then hits his head back onto the soft floor of the cave and just weakly opens his eyes. One looks to be blackened, the other one searching in here. What the fuck did I drink?
Did it make you drink something?
he just seems to hit his head back and starts breathing.
Question: did a man in a black cloak attack you?
Yeah. Last I remember, I was sent back by the Green One to go look for you guys. Saying I don't fucking know. God, my head hurts.
Yeah, just rest. Just rest. Makes you feel any better? The guy in the black cloak is disposed of.
How did I get here? How do I get back?
Yeah,
Who the
Yaji.
Who the fuck are you?
Yashi, who are you?
So matter of fact, Yashi.
It's the best.
Thomas. Thanks.
As you'll smile, say, no problem, I help.
Thomas would lean up. Obviously looking like he's queasy, but being the man he is, he forces himself up anyway. It's Crystal, very matter-of-factly says, "You need to calm down and just lay down. Take this slow. I know what I need to take." Listen. I don't remember how or why. But when I came to, I didn't come to alone.
I found you alone.
I mean, I wasn't alone up until the point that I came back.
Who were you with?
He sighs and just looks towards the ground. It couldn't have been more than... Oh no, I don't know how they blasted age. Fuck.
Were you with?
It is okay, Thomas. Tell us what you were talking about.
It's like a dream, yeah?
Yeah.
I was walking. And the last thing I remember was that guy, and then everything after that was hazy. And then when I came back to, something came off my neck and hit me in my leg, yeah?
Yeah.
It was weird, so I looked down at it, but I couldn't look down because... I don't know if I did it, but they were dead in my hands. I don't remember. Look, I've been clean. I haven't killed nobody since I've...
Just calm down. Where were you? Who was dead?
He sighs, gritting his teeth. About a couple of hours that way.
Alright. I guess in the meantime we could probably check it out. See what happened. Don't worry, you were... Whatever we find, you were mind controlled. The thing around your neck, I think, based on what people have told me, was what was keeping you in line to serve the man in the cloak's needs. In fact, I'm pretty sure if we go back, I'm pretty sure I said I picked it up, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
little...
you did. So you picked it up. I was just about to ask you about that. Do you still have the
I did
remains of
say that. Yeah, as I take it out of my pocket and show it to him, it's what it looked like this, right?
He looks at it and just gives a couple of nods.
Connor will say, I'd say, may I inspect that, please?
Sure. Give it to you.
And he will throw all the knowledge he knows at it.
You get one knowledge roll.
I get
Yeah,
one knowledge roll.
Might want to just roll either dark or Arcana.
Are there any? Does it seem to radiate any? Like, is there any?
Currently,
Like-
it's inert. It just looks like jewelry, though tarnished and broken.
You said like I use some sort of darkish type magic.
Is that true? Hmm.
He was using like a dark sphere, like.
Yeah,
Try
that
to
much would have
roll
been at
dark.
least obvious for
I
you.
just don't know if
Yeah.
I roll Arcana or do I do my knowledge darks and stuff. 'Cause-
Knowledge dark would be more specific. So if it is dark, the
I'll
DC
do
would
it.
be lowered.
Do it.
But
Do it.
knowledge. Okay. Oh, he did
I
knowledge.
think I
Ruin.
clicked run by accident. They're right next to each
Like
other.
we took all that time and you still clicked the wrong one.
They're right next to each other.
Okay, so you rolled a 5. How much?
So, do you want to continue with the ruin, or do you want to do it dark?
It's the same bonus on both of them. They're both cat. I had like
So, which one did you intend for?
what? I intended for dark.
Alright, so. You know what this is. You never encountered one before, but remnants of these types of enchanted jewelry seem to permeate from the dark. It's called a snatcher's tongue. It's somewhat of a living organ, or no. Yeah, snatcher's tongue. It's somewhat like a living organism built in a necklace that once it's attached to someone, the merc and control of the basically initial artifact can take control of the people that are latched to it.
Sounds lovely. I would like to know how to make it.
You would have to go to the dark and get the materials.
No.
You know what?
As Philip, I'm saying no. We are not going to the dark.
No, he can make a portal too there.
You have no idea what you're talking about. I haven't said anything to you. I'm just looking at the goddamn necklace. Sounds lovely. Sounds like a plan.
And as you're holding it in your hand and turning it in your fingers, looking towards the center of it, you can see what looks like a shriveled up equivalent to a worm in the center bead.
Word. It's not in any language or anything that I recognize.
Worm, not word.
Oh, worm. Oh, okay. It doesn't look to be alive.
No.
Connor will say, Edsy, would you mind if I held on to this? It could be dangerous in the wrong hands.
Sure. Do you know what it is?
Aye.
Okay then. What is it?
It is a magical artifact used to control people.
Okay, we knew that much.
Yes, but now we know that you truly did not intend to hurt Kronk. Connor will put a hand on your shoulder. That is good to know.
Didn't know that was still up in the air, but thank you. Kinda shrugs her hand off. Okay, so who wants? Because I can track things pretty well, so maybe I could track his footprints
Connor
back
will
to
look over
wherever
to
it was.
Yashi and he will say, Yashi, are you proficient in tracking people?
No,
Okay. Connor will look
I
disappointed.
came here
and he
for a
says-
reason.
Connor will look disappointed and he will say, very well, Adzay, you can do it.
Alright, but I'm just concerned about going off on my own. It hasn't seemed to help me a whole lot. Does anyone want to come with me? I don't suggest we all just leave.
Connor says, it seems like this might be a matter of importance that requires all of us. If there is still danger in the area, we would not want to have shortened numbers.
Ah, fair enough.
But we still have yet to eat. At least wait till after.
I mean, I'm just concerned about.
Connor will look
evidence.
over at Thomas. Thomas, did there seem to be any immediate danger?
He thinks back. He shakes his head. But, like, his eyes fall on Naomi. And there's, like, guilt in them.
Also, I would like to point out that for those of us who ate the day prior, that's like a day. That's not even like 12 hours ago, almost.
As he says, why are you looking at her like that?
I'm sorry. I didn't... If I had control...
Connor will just put his hand on his shoulder. It is understandable. This thing. He will hold out the necklace once more. It is at fault. And the one who made it.
So you are controlled just like Adze.
I should have been able to still...
Is there a DC to resist this, by the way?
Yes, there
Yes.
is.
Okay. Well, as they still fucked up.
It's
Fact
conveniently
that they-
put on everyone because no one has resistance.
Okay. Does anyone wanna?
Connor will say. We are well rested, and I believe most of us are fed. It seems as if Yashi, you have not eaten in a while. Is that correct?
It's a new day. Always eat in the morning.
Connor will look at him and he says, I can understand, but seems to be something immediately concerning our attention. Could be
Do we have-
dangerous to leave the bodies out.
Do we have regular food, or can I just eat like a one ration so I can just?
Yes, you could
Have
eat rations. Everyone has
Yeah.
rations.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat
Nice.
one ration and say I'm going to just check out the area. I won't go too far. Hopefully, I'll be right back, everyone. As I start making my way out with my bow and everything.
I was gonna follow you, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can like reverse track the tracks, right? I can reverse track.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do that. So who's coming with me right now?
Connor.
Yeah.
So
see.
far.
Like, as they're leaving and everyone's paying attention, Thomas, like, gently puts a hand on Naomi's hand. And she's like, I didn't mean to kill him. I swear.
Naomi just takes a deep breath and kind of thinks for a moment back on everything. And then looks at him. It's okay. I believe you.
Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
He looks into you, just
Go boo.
hoping to believe it. Are you being truthful?
Yeah, she's being truthful.
As he doesn't smile, but just nods twice. As Crystal, like, puts a hand on him, is like, Thomas, come on. You can get some rest in here. As Thomas looks over to Crystal, and... Yeah. As he moves with Crystal into the gub hole to take a rest. Are you going with them, Naomi, or are you staying here with Crystal and Thomas and Akko?
I'll go with.
So as Yadze, wow, I did it again. Adze, you follow the tracks and make your way through the forest, moving this long trail that seems to lead in the direction that good old Thomas made his way through. He definitely wasn't exaggerating the amount of time it took him as you guys spend a couple of hours heading through here. what you originally see in the distance as you head towards a clearing looks to be like heavy fighting and the remnants of an area scarred with battle. But as you move closer, you take a step and a step as you start to see what it is or who it was. The broken corpse of a creature, humanoid, lays on the ground. Next to them, it seems to be a small orb that it looked like they were reaching out towards as they died. Their necks bruised deeply from what looks like someone choking them to death.
Oh, he scratches his neck.
Next to them as well, the brass, broken, and corrupted icon that looks identical to the one that Adze has. Oh, now Connor. And as you move closer, you look down to the Inuyakin female that stares sightlessly up towards the sky.
Connor will begin to inspect the area. Uh, Starting with the body at his feet, I guess.
You're breaking up a lot. Say that again.
Connor will begin to inspect the area, starting at the body that he's kneeling by.
So there are two bodies?
There's only one.
Only one. Okay, so the Inuyakin female is the one that's broken up.
Yes.
Okay. And
How
the
old
little,
does it look?
Do we know if this person's from the Empire, they're a soldier, they're...
Looking them over, they
regular
seem to
people?
have clothing familiar to
Well,
people that's lived here in Arturo.
well,
And sounds like Connor's breaking out.
I didn't say anything that time.
yeah, I think it just was going whoa. Okay, I know this is stupid, but I just want to make sure since we were able to save someone last time. So I'm gonna go over to the body, just do a quick stabilize, just like, is she like really dead?
Looking her over, this body has been a corpse for well over enough time to tell that they are very much indeed dead.
What was so important about her that Connor would be told to kill? I'm gonna look at that orb, looking at that. I'm gonna do a. I'm not gonna
And,
touch it.
Hello? Am I heard right now?
Yes,
Now
you're
we
back.
can hear you.
Well, Connor will go over to the orb and using he will pick it up and inspect it. I would like to roll Knowledge Arcana, please.
Go ahead.
This is like the first time I've actually had a use out of this. Might as well.
Moving over to her, you feel a little remorseful as it looking at the scene. Her nails have like dug into the ground trying to reach for this thing as she passed. The engravings is all around there, but always seem to fall short to reaching the orb itself as you move down and pick it up. Inspecting it, you don't sense any magic coming from it, and you don't see any runes to give it the immediate knowledge of it being an arcanic like sigil or anything, but you're immediately able to recognize it. It seems to be empowered jade.
Empowered Jade. Okay.
Which is used to